Hey friends, welcome to Project Scaredy Cat. In this episode, I'm going to hike in a cloud forest.
Oh my god. Are we sneaking in?
Now, as we all know, I've conquered my base fear of hiking. However, the hike I did in Guanajuato is considered to be relatively easy. It was only 2 hours long and it was in town. And while I'm so thankful that I had that experience, I feel like if I'm going to continue pushing my boundaries, I have to do more difficult hikes. So I got back on my trusty Airbnb experiences and I started searching for things to do in Oaxaca City. That's when I found Luis here. Luis is a wildlife expert, an outdoors guide, and had an experience to go to the Cuajimoloyas cloud forest. I think this hike looks like an amazing next step. It's 8 to 9 kilometers, 3 to 4 hours, and the entire hike is above 3,000 meters. Admittedly, I have a lot of anxiety going into this experience. For one, I'm worried about the physical, emotional, and mental toll being above 3,000 meters for that long will take on me. I've never been in altitude that long. Also, the Cuajimoloyas is like 3 hours from Oaxaca City, and I have a large anxiety trigger when I'm far away from town. Something in the back of my brain just keeps telling me you're going to get hurt, something's going to happen, and I'm not going to be able to get medical care, I'm not going to be able to get help. So while it's not a multi-day trek, it's definitely a good middle ground between what I've done and what I would like to do. So I'm going to pack my little backpack up, say goodbye to the house cat Matilda, be on my way to becoming a certified outdoors guy.
I had a pretty gnarly panic attack a couple of days ago, and I'm still not fully recovered, if I'm being totally honest. After a panic attack, I find that I'm just really sensitive, like physically, emotionally, mentally. All of my senses are heightened. And like I said, I think it takes about a week usually for me to calm down fully. So I thought about canceling this adventure, but decided to go on ahead and move forward with it as I want to get on with my life. And I don't always want panic and anxiety to stop me, but I can't lie and say that that doesn't affect how I'm feeling today.
I met up with Elise and my fellow hikers for a wonderful local breakfast before making our way to the entry point of the Cuajimoloyas forest. As we drove further into the forest, I could tell this was a unique place. Undeniably beautiful. But despite there being a clear driving path, a few cabins, and some signage, there wasn't another person in sight. And I was feeling a little uneasy. We found a place to park and Luis gave us a quick overview of what to expect that day.
Like if you're feeling sleepy, dizzy, that's because the altitude. But when you feel some of that, let me know so we can see. So I can figure out how to manage this situation. Okay. Cool. So really important.
I'm already sleepy. The point of no return. I'm just kidding.
Luis led us down a beautiful path to a small river.
Okay, we're crossing a river here. Eek. Well, that's lovely.
Then by some logs with mushrooms growing out of them. And finally to our first, barbed wire fence crossing.
Oh my god. Are we sneaking in? Unbelievable. I cannot believe just how much life there is out here. The air is so clear and clean and fresh. It's such a contrast from being in the city.
We kept moving along, but as the scenery was getting more beautiful, my anxiety was starting to get worse.
Okay, so things aren't great in the brain right now. I keep just getting the same thing that happened to me the first time I tried hiking, and I couldn't get past it. Like, the further you go, the further away you are from town, and something's gonna happen. Something's definitely gonna happen because you're far away. And I just keep telling myself, like, that's a risk. I have to leave it. I have to let go. I have to let go. I have to just be able to be okay with the unknown of this. And I'm working through it, but my brain is firing on all cylinders right now, and it's not great. I really can't wait for the day to where I can just like enjoy this and not just be in my head the whole time, you know? That'll be really nice.
Despite the anxiety I was feeling, the day continued. We weaved our way through some log cabins, hopped another fence, and eventually found ourselves deep in a forest of edible plants.
Any idea?
It's like almost like lemongrass.
At the beginning. But then it turns
Oh.
sweet, right?
Oh my god, it tastes like
Everything is
Lysol.
what you want.
What?
You can do everything.
What is it?
This is citronella. It when you got some stomach ache.
Does it help
So,
with mosquitoes?
Also, it's
Yeah.
mainly used for mosquitoes.
I wonder
So,
Questionable plant eating aside, it was time to get down to business and start our ascent to the top of the cloud forest.
Okay, we're uphill now. Things are getting difficult, but it's okay. It's gonna be a good view, right?
yes.
Okay.
We continued making our way uphill and walked directly into an area of the forest with the biggest agave I've ever
Wait.
seen.
Look at this agave. Oh my god. They're like dinosaur agave. It's so cool. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so we're about halfway up the ascent and I'm feeling a bit better. Honestly, the booming thought of something's gonna happen has passed. It's still there, but it's a whisper, not a boom. So I'm glad to have worked through that one. But I'm excited to see the top, so let's keep going.
I was feeling really energized after my anxiety subsided, which was good because I would need it to finish the ascent.
I think we're getting close. My whole body's sweating. I just keep putting air in. Okay.
This last part of the climb was by far the most difficult and physically demanding part of the day up to that point. I just kept telling myself that I can do hard things.
I can do hard things. I can do hard things. I can do hard things. Oh my god.
Made it.
Oh my gosh. I can do hard things. I can do hard things. It's okay. Look at me, right? Overcoming my anxiety, facing my fears. I can do hard things. I can do hard things, right? Well, what I did not account for at this moment was the descent. Coming down this mountain was the most physically and emotionally demanding thing I've done in a decade. And that's where we'll pick up next week. Everyone say hello to Mila. She'll hopefully be featured coming up in the next couple of videos. She's my Mexican street kitty and I'm in love with her. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Say bye, Mila. Bye.